Just want to check that. Yeah, we're live. Alrighty, folks. Good evening. Welcome to DuePoint. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here, and I'm going to be spending the next 45 minutes or so as we go through what DuePoint is all about, who we are, who the people involved are, and what the business opportunity is all about. You are welcome to ask any questions on our live chat. We have Carol with us this evening, so I'm sure she'll be able to attend to any questions that you might have. So let's begin. As you can see, DuePoint is a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We were founded in 1952, so we are nearly 70 years old. We've operated very successfully within the insurance space in South Africa. The FSP number that you see over there, 31111, is our FSP license number. If you are ever at head office, you'll notice that we've got all our financial licenses up on display in the foyer. You're welcome to go to our website. You'll find our licenses there too. We've got a long and short-term insurance license. We've got an investment license as well as our FSP license. So go do a background check on us. We are actually listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. You can see Constantia's little orange logo, their offices in the background. The managers and executives here at DuePoint are these individuals up on screen. So the first three people are registered chartered accountants in South Africa, starting with Mr. Benfield on the far left. He's our senior executive. He heads up this division, and he is very experienced in network marketing as well as financial services and insurance. His father, Dr. Brian Benfield, founded Clientele Life, founded the IFA, along with a host of other financial service providers locally as well as overseas. And Brendan and his brother Stuart followed in their father's footsteps, and together they went on to found a business just down the road from us here in Randburg called Prime Meridian Direct, and they've had a lot of success there. I think they're the fourth biggest short-term insurer in the country already, and I don't think they're even 10 years old yet. So we're very lucky to have Brendan heading up this division. Then we've got Tim Reynolds. Tim looks after a lot of the financial regulatory aspects of our business, which is fairly important, and also the accounting and auditing aspects of our business. Stacey supports him in that role. And then myself and Jane, we're the two non-accountants in the business. Jane is very experienced in network or referral marketing as well as direct sales. She's been doing it for a very long time. She actually stems from the UK, and her experience is very important to us as a business, because even though we're an insurance company, our growth is very much predicated on our ability to work in the network or the referral marketing space. And then myself, I've been working in advertising pretty much all my career, so almost 25 years now. I ran my own digital agency for about 15 of those years before I exited that business and joined the team here at DuePoint. So those are the senior staff. We've got our client service staff, we've got admin staff, whose mandate it is to support everybody that joins us here at DuePoint. So we want to see the people that decide to partner with us being effective. We want to see them profitable, and ultimately we want to see you happy in this business. And so we do everything in our power to support everybody that joins us here at DuePoint. So that's a bit of background on us and the business. Very quickly, we pay a little bit of cognizance to the circumstance that a lot of us find ourselves in here in South Africa with regards to a personal finance point of view. Unfortunately, it is all bad news, but I trust the people that are watching this presentation and the people here tonight already know that, and you are here looking for something that will finally give you control over your income. If we quickly look at the economy, I think what's causing the greatest amount of pain is that our salaries are not keeping up with inflation at the moment. It is endless petrol price increases. Inflation on average in the last 7 or 8 years has been sitting at, I think, 4.5%, whereas the average salary increase has been sitting at about 2%. So you can see that discrepancy then. We'll feel that in our pockets at the end of every month. And really what this business is about changing that circumstance for people. Because when we find ourselves in these circumstances, the exacerbating effects of that is that we don't get to pay off our debt properly. We become very dependent on jobs in a very unstable job market, and all of this comes to a head when we get to retirement, when we realize we haven't been able to do enough in the 45 years that we've been working to secure ourselves a dignified retirement. And DuePoint is about changing all of that. And so out of all of this negativity, Constantia launched this division called DuePoint in February 2016 as the answer to a lot of the financial issues that we find ourselves in. And so the DuePoint system was launched, and we have a couple of aspirations for the people that join us in this business. So you might be thinking, well, DuePoint's just about creating additional income. It is certainly a lot more than that. What we want to do in South Africa is create a paradigm shift. We want to change the way people think about wealth, because this business is all about wealth creation. This business is not about creating just a single source or an extra source of income. It is about wealth creation. And so if you become a wealth engineer here at DuePoint, you will know and you will see and you'll hear the language of DuePoint. And one of those aspirations that we have in mind for people in this business is to get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. Because what happens is when you become debt-free, that only then empowers you to start working on wealth creation. And we create wealth through the ownership of assets, through the ownership of investments that hopefully appreciate over time. And if you can get those two things right, then really the biggest aspiration for us in this business is to change people's lives so that they are happier at the end of the day. We want to see wealth engineers happy with the time that they've invested in this business called DuePoint. And so those are the aspirations of our business. You can align yourselves to those aspirations, or you don't have to. It is completely up to you. How does this business work? Basically, our guest this evening, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint tonight. You will contract with us. We will refer to you as wealth engineers going forward. And as wealth engineers, you have a single task, and that is to go out and build what we call a channel of distribution. And I'll show you shortly what a channel of distribution looks like. But it is basically you going out and connecting other people to this business opportunity. Exactly the same way you were connected to this intro presentation this evening, you will go out and do the same. And if you are successful in that process, if you can refer people to this business opportunity and they decide to become wealth engineers and product owners, that is you being successful as a wealth engineer here at DuePoint. And there are a host of benefits waiting for you. Primarily, you get to create an additional income, so an extra paycheck at the end of every month. But the nature of that income is very important, because here at DuePoint, we create what we call recurring income. Some people will refer to it as passive income. You might hear investors or business owners talking about annuity income. It is all three of those things. It removes the constraint of time with regards to income generation. And that's really what is empowering wealth engineers to create wealth here at DuePoint, because you are not earning an income at the end of the month. What you're doing is building a channel of distribution. That channel of distribution is an asset that you are building, and when that asset value becomes greater, that is what is paying you out at the end of every single month. And so you can put effort into building your channel of distribution in the month of August 2018, that not only will pay you in September and October and November, but it'll pay you 6 months from now. It could be paying you a year from now, 5 years from now, potentially even 10 years from now, for effort that you put in August 2018. And that is the power of recurring income. And that's where you should be focusing all your efforts. If you look at any income opportunity, it should be focused towards creating annuity income. We harness the power of duplication, so that is what we refer to as leverage in this business. It is the ability for you, or should I say the opportunity for you, to go out and find like-minded individuals that will hopefully have the resources to thrive as wealth engineers. Because if you bring these people into your channel, they will assist you in building your channel. And that's where you find the leverage. And I'll show real-life examples of leverage that exists in our business for the wealth engineers. Our business is flexi-time. You get to decide when you want to do this business. The technology that we've employed here at DuePoint is certainly cutting edge, and it allows you to build your channel of distribution anywhere at any time in South Africa. There's absolutely no constraint with regards to location or time with regards to building your channel of distribution. There's no startup capital in our business, so we don't have boxes of product that you have to buy or invest in. We don't have starter fees or registration costs. We have designed DuePoint to be, or to have, a very low barrier to entry. So we made this business specifically to be low risk. Right? We want it to be as accessible as possible. And so at the same time, we don't care about qualifications or experience. What we really care about is your work ethic, your ability to keep yourself accountable to doing this business month in and month out, for not only our benefit, for your benefit so that you're able to build this asset that pays out a recurring income. Now, for me, probably the most important benefit, as my wealth engineers will know, is that you get to build an asset. Now, that line should say you get to build an asset that you have ownership over, because that's very important to note. You have legal tender over your channel of distribution. So what does that mean? That means you can sell your channel of distribution, right? If you've got a channel that is producing 10,000 Rand a month in recurring income, that has got a lot of value, and you're able to sell that if you want to. It also means that owning your channel, we don't retire you when you get to retirement age. So your active income as an employee will typically end between 60 and 65 years of age for the majority of us. At DuePoint, that income will not end. You have the opportunity to keep earning into your 60s, into your 70s, into your 80s, into your 90s, and perhaps the day you die, you will have ceded that DuePoint channel to one of your beneficiaries, whether it's your spouse or your children. And so you are empowered to pass wealth onto the next generation when so many people are passing debt onto the next generation. Our business requires absolutely no selling. So here at DuePoint, you don't have to worry about the products whatsoever in any shape or form. And that's a beautiful thing. A majority of people do not want to sell. They don't enjoy the prospects of having to sell or convince people to buy something. That's not what you're going to be doing. What you're going to be doing is connecting people to the business opportunity here at DuePoint. And that's a very important distinction that you have to make. Do not go out and speak to people about products. What you're going to be speaking to people about is the business opportunity. And that's really probably the most attractive commodity that exists in South Africa today. The nature of our products are financial in nature. That means we don't have any stock and distribution issues. Like I said, you're not going to be ordering any boxes of product from us. And so all of that gets taken care of by IT systems, and you never have to even blink an eye with regards to our products, making it very convenient. So what does a channel of distribution look like? Your success here at DuePoint is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and product owner here at DuePoint, and you are going to go out and start speaking to people, telling them that this business opportunity exists, right? You don't have to convince people. You just have to tell people. Find the ones that are interested in the opportunity. And you will go speak to a number of people, whether they're colleagues, strangers, friends, family. It doesn't matter, but some of them will take to DuePoint. They will decide that they too want to become wealth engineers and product owners, and so that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. So in this example, we have 5 people that have joined you on your first point. That you've introduced to the business, and from that moment your channel actually takes on a life of its own to a degree, because the people that you introduce to the business are now going to go out and do exactly the same thing you're doing, right? And this is where the leverage and the power duplication takes place. This is a benefit you want to maximize on, because this is what your channel could look like after a certain amount of time. Every little dot represents a product owner here at DuePoint, in turn increasing the asset value of your channel of distribution, and in turn increasing your recurring income here at DuePoint. So a little tip, when you go out and find those first few people to introduce to DuePoint, make sure they are people that can build channels on their own, right? People that are not going to become dependent on you to build their channels. You want to find resourceful people, people that will thrive as wealth engineers. Do not go out looking for the desperate and needy people. As much as they might need DuePoint, those people will become a burden to you in your channel building exercise. So make sure that you are discerning when you go look for those people. The better the quality people that you bring into the business, the better quality your entire channel will be. And you want to build a strong, sustainable business here at DuePoint, one that you can depend on in years to come. So that's what a channel of distribution looks like. I've got 2 warnings for my guests this evening. They both stem off a single statement, and that statement is, we are not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? So the 2 points are, or the 2 warnings are, number 1, we are most certainly a legitimate business. This is a legitimate entrepreneurial opportunity that we have decided to extend to members of the public to help us grow our business in South Africa. And so you might have arrived with some fear that you've been brought to perhaps another one of those businesses that you might have come across in the past. We are certainly not one of those businesses. We're a 70-year-old insurance company that's existed in South Africa for a very long time, successfully, I might add, and we are heavily regulated. So we've got a lot of regulators that look over our shoulder, and we abide by all of that regulation. We will certainly never risk our business or our reputation by trying to extend any illegitimate business offering. At the same time, Brendan and myself up on stage, we will never profess that anyone in our business can become wealthy quickly or successful easily. It takes hard work. And so if you were hoping to find a business that was going to make you rich overnight, unfortunately, you are watching the wrong presentation. If you are willing to work at this business over years and years, then I can certainly see success in your future. And if you're successful in this business, you're creating recurring income every single month that you can depend on. And that's what DuePoint is all about, is working hard towards wealth creation. So let me go over our 4 products. We've got 4 products here at DuePoint. They are all financial in nature. Their benefit is all financial in nature. The first product is called Access Wealth. Access Wealth is going to cost you 324 Rand a month. This is an investment product. So this is our investment product. 100 Rand of that 324 Rand is invested into a tax-free investment fund that sits with Sanlam. And you've got full access to that investment. You can draw your fund out at any stage. But if you draw your money out all the time, then it wouldn't be an investment. So leave it in there. And on top of that, we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover with this investment. So if you are unfortunately killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand. So this is Access Wealth. This is the investment product. So keep that in mind. Product number 1. Product number 2 is called Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is our insurance product. It is strictly an insurance product. It is only personal accident cover. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month, but this time you get 1 million Rands with the personal accident cover with Wealth Guard. So the beauty of our personal accident cover is that it is accessible to anybody over the age of 18. So regardless of your age and your health status, you can take out this product. The premium remains the same for everybody, right? So bear in mind that it doesn't pay out in the event of death through illness or natural causes, but the beauty of this product is its accessibility. And that accessibility is to anyone over the age of 18. So that's Wealth Guard, our personal accident cover. And then we've got Family Wealth, which is a new product we launched just over a month ago. It is our funeral cover product. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover and 5 family members covered with this product. We also give you 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you owe any credit facility or credit institution some money, we will pay up to 10,000 Rand on the event of your death, and then you can extend that funeral cover up to 30,000 Rand and 10 family members. And the beauty of this product, again, is its accessibility, because there are no excluded pre-existing conditions. So it doesn't matter what your health status is, as long as you're over the age of 18, so you can be 50 years old, you can be diabetic, you can still take this product out. We don't discriminate against health status or age. So that's the beauty of Family Wealth, our funeral cover product. And then lastly is Wealth Points. Wealth Points has been designed to lower your cost of living expenses. So the money that we spend every single month, we want to bring that amount down. We want to save you money, in other words. So Wealth Points is going to cost you 299 Rand a month, and how it works is that we've negotiated discounts with the list of suppliers that you see listed there. And you can find those suppliers on our website, and basically you get to enjoy the discounts that we have there. So we've pretty much got a lot of aspects of spending covered. We've got a data provider, we've got groceries, we've got online retailers, we've got car manufacturers. The entertainer includes restaurants and hotels. So we think we've covered a lot of that, and we're always adding new partners to the Wealth Points program. So it's a wonderful program. If you're looking for immediate benefit out of any of our products, look at Wealth Points. It's a great product. If you have any questions, you're welcome to give us a call at client service, and we will answer any questions that you might have. There's a lot more information on the website and even more in-depth reviews on our YouTube channel. Just go search for the products on our YouTube channel. You'll find the videos there. So those are the 4 products. What separates us from other financial service providers? It's really the network marketing or the referral marketing aspect of our business. Typical insurance companies, like one of our businesses down the road, Prime Meridian Direct, spend a lot of money on marketing and advertising. At DuePoint, we do not spend a cent on marketing and advertising. So you will not see a DuePoint logo outside of our head office. What does that mean? That means we don't have to spend the billions on marketing or advertising. We can take that portion of our budget and attribute it to our returns and rewards program, to the benefit of our wealth engineers. So this is where the partnership and the collaboration comes in. This is how you earn money at DuePoint. If you help us grow DuePoint as a business, we reward people through our returns and rewards program for that collaboration. All right, so let's get on to how you actually benefit. There's two ways to benefit as a wealth engineer. Number one is our returns program. That is the recurring income that you will create. That's that extra paycheck that you'll create for yourself every single month. The returns program works like this. You earn a base return fee of R27.50 for every product that you have in your channel, right? But that is dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. So remember the first 5 individuals in our example that you brought into DuePoint as product owners? That product lies on what we call your first point because it's 1 point away from you. And you can see on the table that on point 1, you get paid double the R27.50. So you're actually earning R55 for every product on your first point, right? Every single month. Remember, it's not once-off income, it's recurring income. And so as your channel then starts to grow to the second point, on the second point again, you get paid R55. Right? And then as your channel starts to grow and grow and grow to the third point, all the way out to the 8th point, you will see the multiplier then steadily starts to drop all the way to 4% at point 8. But what's very important to note is that we don't limit you at point 8. There is absolutely no limitation to the size of your channel here at DuePoint. From point 8 onwards, you will keep earning that 4% of the R27.50. And so at the same time, we don't limit your channel size, we don't limit how much money you could be earning at DuePoint. That accountability falls squarely on your shoulders. You want a bigger channel, work harder or work longer here at DuePoint. So that's the mechanics of the returns. I think it's fairly straightforward. The next obvious question is always, well, what do people earn here at DuePoint? What can I expect if I invest a certain amount of time and a certain amount of effort into this business? What kind of numbers can I expect? So to give you an idea of what you could be earning, we built a projection over the next 5 years. It is based on a growth model. That growth model we call 3+2 because it assumes in your first month you can add 3 people into your business. And then every consecutive month thereafter, you only have to bring in 2, right? So we call it 3+2. So it's 3 in July, for example. Then in September, you're going to do another 2 people. October, another 2 people. November, another 2 people. And you will keep doing that into perpetuity, right? 2 people. So we don't think it's too onerous. After 6 months in the business of doing that, you could be earning about R2,500 a month. Now, some people would love to have an extra R2,500 in their back pocket immediately, right? But if you had to work 6 months for it, are you willing to do that? How many people in this room and watching us on the live stream are willing to put in 6 months' work to create a R2,500 recurring income in this business? Unfortunately, a lot of people give up after month 2 or 3. But for the people that are willing to push through and get to month 6, that R2,500 has a lot of value, especially if you've had debt, and especially if you decide to pay your debt off faster. Because you can leverage money to be more valuable than the face value or the spending value. The biggest mistake for us as consumers is to get income or an additional income and just spend it. Right? You're not helping yourself create any wealth if you do that. What you want to be doing is taking that second stream of income and start getting rid of your debt as quickly as possible, because everybody in this room and watching us online wants to create wealth, right? You've got to get rid of your debt first. And in this example, it's a beautiful illustration, because if you take R2,500 and you put it into a R1 million bond, so if you've got a bond of the value of R1 million, right, you're paying about R11,500 at prime plus 2 for 20 years. If you decide to take that R2,500, put it into your bond as an additional payment, you won't reduce that bond by 20%, you'll reduce the bond by nearly 50%, right? That is the beauty or the pain of compound interest. And so I always say to our wealth engineers, we need for all of us to get onto the correct side of compound interest. If you're indebted, you are on the wrong side of compound interest. In this exercise, if you pay your bond off in, like the example says, 11.6 years, and nearly half the time, it'll save you nearly R1 million in interest payments that you would have made to the bank. That little exercise puts an extra R1 million into your retirement fund, right? Little 2,500 rand. In month 12, you could be earning in excess of 100,000 rand annually in recurring income. So I always say, imagine being able to come to DuePoint's head office and pick up a 100,000 rand check every December. How would that change your life? How would that change December? Working hard for the year, everyone wants to relax in December. You do not want to be stressed about money in December. We know a lot of people struggle through December and January because of all the expenses. You've got Christmas, holidays, people are traveling, visiting family. You've got kids starting a new grade of school. It might be uniforms, it might be stationery. Imagine a 100,000 rand check. It would alleviate that pressure completely. That is 12 months away. After 24 months, you are close to 30,000 rand a month in recurring income. Right? You see how quickly that jumped? You've got to let time help you in this business. The time gives you the leverage and the power duplication. After month 36, you are close to 50,000 rand a month. We've got a lovely example here at month 30. At month 30, you'd be earning about 36,000 rand a month. If you decided to put that into your property, so let's say you had a 5 million rand house that you were paying off, and you decided to, instead of spending that 36,000 rand and living a lovely lifestyle, you could put it into your bond. It would mean that you would pay that 5 million rand house off in 7 years. Right? So I like to look at the example in my personal circumstance. If I could pay a 5 million rand house off in 7 years, at the age of 47, I'd be a homeowner. I could do that exercise again, because now that I've paid off my debt, I can invest, and I can invest in property. So I could pay another 5 million rand house off in another 7 years, right? That's 14 years. And at year 21, I've paid off my third 5 million rand house. So at the age of 61, I've done that exercise 3 times over, and now what does my retirement look like? Because if I get retired at that age, I'm going to a home that I paid off 14 years ago. I've got 2 other investment properties that I'm renting out, 60, 70, 80,000 rand a month in recurring income, just on property rental coming in, plus what DuePoint will be paying me in 21 years' time. That is the retirement that we want people to start thinking about. That is getting rid of your debt first and then focusing on wealth creation, right? Leverage the money that you create here at DuePoint. We keep going. At month 48, you're close to 70,000 rand a month, and after 60 months, 5 years from today, you need a 5-year plan, this is it. You could be earning close to R1 million in annual recurring income. Replace that 100,000 rand check in our earlier example with a 1 million rand check every single year. What does your life look like when you're doing that? Always tease everybody. I'll say your family will definitely love you more in 5 years' time than they do today. All right? It is empowering and liberating. This is only academic. So I know that. Anyone can come to me and argue and say, Rob, that is just an example. It is just an example. It is based on this assumption that you can do 3 + 2 every single month. And we have thousands of people joining this business constantly. And we love to showcase the people that are having success. The people that are investing time into this business, we invite them up onto stage to share their testimony. And so we showcase them in our intro presentation because I think you will believe real life stories more than me just presenting an opportunity. Here we have Andries Lottering. He joined 2 years ago. And the unique thing about Andries is that he's got a health condition where he can't leave his home. But because of the technology that we've employed here at DuePoint, it allows him to build his channel of distribution regardless. And he's done that, right? Perhaps not as fast as 3 + 2, but he's got a channel value of nearly 3,500 rand a month that he's created for himself. We've paid him nearly 23,000 rand in the last 2 years. He's introduced 15 people to the business in 2 years, and that's translated into 91 products in his channel. Do you see the leverage that exists there? 15 people, that's as much work as he's done in the 2 years. It's translated to 91 products in his channel. So that's a great example of leverage that exists there. Then we've got Petrus. Petrus joined us 10 months ago. The value of his channel sitting at nearly 5,000 rand a month. And he introduced in the last 10 months 14 people on his first point. And look what that's translated into, 121 products in his business. He is only 10 months in. So he's tracking 3 + 2 quite closely, right? He's doing the work that 3 + 2 kind of exemplifies. Then we've got Casper and Madeleine Willifier. They're from Pretoria. They joined 2 years ago. So Casper's also quite a nice story because when he joined the business, he had quite a lot of success initially in the first couple of months. You can see in 2 years, he's got 8 people, only 8 people on his first point. But because of time, because of the 24 months that have gone by since he got started, that's translated to 665 products in his business. So he's got a lot of value to unlock. He's sitting on 8,000 in terms of current value on his channel. That will explode if he just starts doing more work on his first point. So he's got a lot of value in his channel that he needs to open up. We have thousands of people that are joining this business every single month. Everybody is different, right? We've all got different circumstances. You need to decide how DuePoint is going to fit into your life. Decide what you want out of DuePoint. That's very important, right? But that's an easy decision to make because that doesn't require anything but thought process to decide what you want. For me, the more important thing, or the most important thing, is that you decide practically how DuePoint is going to fit into your life. Because in this presentation, I'm proposing taking your free time away from you, right? You've got to work 8 hours a day at your day job. That's fine. That salary pays the bills. We're talking about wealth creation. And what I propose to you this evening is that you give me some of that free time. 8 hours are going to your employer. There's still another 16 hours left in the day. I want some of that time. And you have to decide what time that's going to be. It can be any time. It can be in the mornings before work. It can be during lunch at work. It can be the weekends. But practically, that is the decision you need to make this evening. Because it is easy just to want. Everyone wants an extra 10,000 Rand a month, an extra 100,000 Rand a month. But what are you going to do to get there? That's the decision I'm interested in. Joining is very easy here at DuePoint. Just jump onto our website. There's a big blue apply button on the homepage. Click on that or use the mobile app of the person that brought you to the presentation this evening. And that application takes literally 7 minutes to complete. It is almost a non-event, becoming a wealth engineer. More importantly is how you apply yourself once you become the wealth engineer, right? You'll get your wealth engineer number, your unique wealth engineer number. You'll log in to the website and the app. How do you apply yourself to this business? Read the code of conduct. It defines what you can and cannot do as a wealth engineer. That is important. Then go watch some of our training. We've produced hours of training. Right? So we've got a basic series, just 6 videos, an hour long each. Go watch those. Don't make the mistakes everyone made in the past. Go listen to the testimony of wealth engineers, right? There are pearls of wisdom that they drop in all those testimonies. Apply yourself to the business. Set goals for yourself, because setting a goal is the only way that you prepare a plan. If you don't have a goal, you won't be able to keep yourself accountable to anything in this business. You will just be floating around out there in the ocean. Set the goal with a deadline. And then prepare the plan. And we can help you with a plan. A lot of the training shows you, if you do this much work, this is what you can expect to earn, right? It's very straightforward, and it always comes down to this business. If you distill it, it comes down to a single metric, a single number that you keep yourself accountable to. How many people are you speaking to a month? No other number you have to worry about. How many people are you speaking to every single month? Doesn't matter whether they say yes or no, that you can't control, so don't worry about it. Worry about how many people you are actually speaking to about this business, right? So getting started is very straightforward. You don't need to know more than that. Merchandise, this is designed to empower you. I come from a background of marketing and advertising. I know that for any transaction to take place, there has to be trust and credibility involved. No one will do anything with you if they don't trust you. Right? And so our merchandise is not designed as a profit center for us. It is designed to empower you with regards to credibility in the business. So please consider the merchandise. We can send it to anywhere in the country. Just phone client service, put your order in. For me, foremost is business cards. Please consider getting business cards. We have way too few people ordering business cards here at DuePoint. I can't imagine you going out and professing that you found the best business in South Africa and you don't even have business cards, right? That shows people your belief in the business is lacking. So make sure you get the business cards. Join our Facebook page. We produce content constantly for Facebook. So if you want your finger on the pulse here at DuePoint, if you want to feel like you're here in head office with us, join the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'll tell you every time we live broadcast our intro presentation out to the country, which is 6 days a week, live every single time. And a lot of our training, the testimonies, a lot of the videos are on the YouTube channel. And then make sure you download the mobile app. It is your DuePoint business application. It sits on your smartphone, right? You don't need anything else. Your business sits in your pocket. You can do this business at any time, anywhere. Make sure you download it. It's for Android and Apple devices only. Then on to our rewards program. So the rewards program is really the cherry on top here at DuePoint. And the beautiful thing about the rewards program is that the rewards are a lot more tactile. You can connect with them. You can get excited about the rewards here at DuePoint. But it is not as important as creating that recurring income. This is just the cherry on top of the income that you produce here. How does the rewards program work? Basically, as a wealth engineer, you will be active, doing all kinds of wealth engineer things, and we give you what we call experience points, XP, for all those things that you do. And when you start collecting more and more XP, and your channel is growing at the same time, we reward you along the way. So, I guess if you start out tonight, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. Very quickly, you can become rank 1 because you only need 1,000 XP, which you can do literally in 60 seconds. You need 4 products in your channel, and when you meet those 2 criteria, you become a rank 1 wealth engineer, and you get an extra 55 Rand reward once off at the end of that month that you turned rank 1. And then you'll start focusing on rank 2. You need 2,000 XP, 20 products, and so on and so forth. As you start collecting more XP, as your channel starts to grow, you start to rank up and the rewards get bigger and better, right? You can see there's a 20,000 Rand check waiting for you, a 50,000 Rand check. At rank 5, we give our wealth engineers a fancy little USB stick. It's got a lot of our videos, testimony on there to help empower you building your channels. At rank 7, excuse me, at rank 7, you get probably the best business cards that exist in South Africa, because these business cards cost us 12,500 Rand to produce. They are gold gilded, so in other words, the edges are covered in gold. The logo is emblazoned in gold across the top. The business cards are about 4 times thicker than any other normal business card. This will just shoot your credibility through the roof when you sit down in a meeting. Everything in our rewards program is designed to empower your channel building. Carol's brought me some water, thank you. In case I die on stage, that wouldn't be good. At rank 9, this is the rank that everyone gets very excited about, and so you should, because at rank 9, we take our rank 9 wealth engineers and their spouses and their children to our rank 9 international conference every single year. And that includes business class trips. So business class flights for the whole family there and back, 7 days away to a 5-star luxury resort, all expenses paid trip. And this is not a once-off reward. This happens for our rank 9s and above every single year for the rest of their lives going forward. So very easy to get excited over this. Take a look at our last trip. We've documented it for you. So this was our rank 9 trip in December. We are already planning the next trip.
All of your wind has gone. Sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace. Cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
9 looks wonderful. If you're not aware, our wealth engineers, make sure that you see our Road to Rank 9 campaign on our Facebook page. We have 10 wealth engineers that will win 2,000 Rand by just participating in the campaign that we're running on Facebook. So make sure you go onto Facebook, check out that campaign. We're going to be loading up photos, galleries, and videos of the destination that we've booked already for December. I wonder who's going to be joining us in 4 months' time. Rank 11, we spent R250,000 Rand on a brand new car for our wealth engineers. So we've got a couple of wealth engineers very close to rank 11. I'm surprised they haven't got there yet. They need to push harder over winter. This has already happened. A brand new car, paid for cash by DuePoint, in your name, no terms and conditions. Once that car is yours, it is yours, no debit order at the end of the month. And this is what our rewards program looks like. We are at rank 11. Our rewards program has been designed up to rank 28 so far. So you can see we've got longevity in mind here at DuePoint. And if you can get to rank 1, you can get to any rank at DuePoint, because it always comes back to the same question. How many people can you speak to in a month? If you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 28. It is just time and numbers here at DuePoint. Then tomorrow we have Women's Day. I assume the rest of the days in the year are all Men's Day, but tomorrow we are celebrating women. And the best way to celebrate women is to build wealth and liberate ourselves. So tomorrow, while everybody is sitting on the couch, relaxing, wishing for things they don't have, DuePoint wealth engineers are going to be out focused and working hard on increasing their channels of distribution and working towards success and ultimately becoming wealthy. And so tomorrow we have 2 opportunities to invite people to watch a live introduction or come to head office. So the first one's at 10 o'clock in the morning, then we have a lunchtime presentation at 12:15. 2 wonderful opportunities to build your channels. And statistically in the past, our public holiday presentations have been very successful. So make sure you do not use the public holiday to sit and relax. Get stuck in, find people, and plug them into DuePoint. Connect them to this business opportunity. We've got triple XP available for our wealth engineers tomorrow. And folks, that's it. You're now left with a decision. I'm not too interested whether people have decided whether they want to become wealth engineers or not. For the people that do, for the people that are intrigued by this business opportunity, and for even the skeptics, I invite you this evening to join DuePoint. Join this business. See what you can do in the next couple of months in this business, because I promise you, if you put that simple effort in of just connecting people to DuePoint, you will be wealthier next month, the month after that, and the month after that than you were last month. It is almost guaranteed. You need to put that effort in and see what DuePoint can do for you. We've got 4 or 5 months left of the year. That is plenty opportunity to turn your 2018 around. I want wealth engineers in 2018 being happy for those 365 opportunities that came throughout 2018, so that we're not one of those people sitting on Facebook complaining about 2018, complaining about our jobs, complaining about the economy. Instead, you're going to be focused on building wealth for yourself for the first time, for taking control over your income for the first time in your life, and being rewarded for the effort that you put into building this business with us. And so I invite you, if you have any questions, give our client service team a call on Friday morning, or speak to your lead wealth engineer that should be with you this evening. Otherwise, you are welcome to come visit us at head office. We're always keen to help. We don't hide in our offices. And I wish you all the best. I hope you have a very prosperous Women's Day tomorrow, an even more prosperous weekend, and an even better 2018, or what is left of it. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much.